guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl AYURVEDA. I'm back with another video. In this video we are going to discuss everything about first year BMS. Like when you are newly get admission into BMS, what are the subjects that you are going to study in your BMS first year, and what are the mistakes that you should avoid doing in BMS first year, what is attendance criteria, how many exams you have to write, what are the pattern of your examination, and all these things. Like we are going to learn everything in this video. Okay, so very first, like BMS is a course of 5.5 years, which is of 3 professional years. Like first professional is consist of 1.5 year, so first prof, second prof, third prof. Likewise we have 3 prof. So first year is first professional year of your BMS. In this year it is a duration of 1.5 year. In this we are going to have 5 subjects. Like in the first professional year you are going to have 5 subjects. This initially it was of 1 year, second year, third year, 4 year and 5 year. Now we have professional years, first prof, second prof, third prof, which is of 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 till it makes 4.5. Then we have internship of 1 year. This is how the BMS now it is. Okay, then what are the subjects? Now I was starting with the subject. We'll start slowly with everything and then deal everything about the first year in this video. So subjects, there are 5 subjects. So first is physiology, that is also in Ayurveda we say Kriya Sharira. So in this subject is a very I feel this is the most favorite subject of many students in first year, because it is related to the offer class 11th and 12th too much. Everything we have studied, like cell, blood and all the components and all, so many plasma proteins and all other things we have studied in our 12th, in our 11th. During the preparation of our NEET also we studied all these things. So this is quite easy to understand and it is quite interesting also. Okay, now first that I told you, this subject is physiology, and in Ayurveda we say Kriya Sharira. This subject has both the portion, like physiology portion and like Ayurveda portion and modern portion. So what is the ratio? In this video I'm not telling about the subject wise ratio, I'm telling about the marks. Like in university, how many marks you will be having in Ayurveda portion and how many marks you will be having in modern portion. So in this physiology you have 60% Ayurveda. Like your question paper will be of 600 marks. In this 60% questions will be of Ayurveda and 40% will be of that modern. Okay, so second subject is anatomy, then that is also known as Rachna Sharira. In this subject you are going to study about like anatomical feature of your body, everything. Like in this you will be having dissections also. This subject deals with that dissections and all other things. This subject is going to deal, and then it has also modern portion as well as Ayurveda portion. So this subject has more modern portion than Ayurveda. Okay, so it has Ayurveda which is 43%, and modern is 57%, like this. Okay, so this is about Ayurveda and modern portion of the subject called Rachna Sharir or anatomy. Okay, so now third subject. The third subject is Padarth Vigyan. So in this is an Ayurveda subject. This is a subject which is only in Ayurveda. Okay, and then this subject basically deals about all of the philosophies that has been given by different acharyas. And in this subject we are also going to see direct perception, like what are the things that we see by directly like by the direct vision, and so many things like that, like application, measurements, so many things you are going to study in this. As we know, according to Ayurveda, everything is made up of 5 components: ether, air, then fire, then earth and water. So we are going to learn each and every particular, that we say that is Panchabhuta. So every Panchabhuta, like this, all we are going to study separately in this subject. Okay, so this is the third subject, that is Padarth Vigyanam, that is also of 100 marks. The fourth subject that we have is Samhita, which is also a complete Ayurvedic subject. It has 2 books. Like in the first we are going to having Charak Samhita, in which we are going to have 12 chapters of Charak Samhita and Ashtang Hridayam. In this you are going to have like complete Ayurvedic subject, and it is quite, I found it very interesting in the first year. Like you are going to have very basic of your Ayurveda in the first year, and it is quite interesting as well. So this is your fourth subject. Now the last subject, and very interesting subject that everybody curious, like for how many years the subject is, for how many years you have to study this subject, what is the marks and all, like how to study and all these things. That is Sanskrit. Okay, so Sanskrit is a subject that is only in first year, and that is not see, I was also the one who was not very much good in Sanskrit. Like I only studied for 3 years of 6, 7, 8, yes, for 3 years of my study of my like when I was in school, I studied for 6th, 7th and 8th standard. So I was also not that much good in Sanskrit, but when I gave time, like I didn't study it for the whole year, I just studied for few months and I took it serious. So it is not that tough in this Sanskrit. Like it has 2 paper 1 and paper 2. So both the papers of 100 marks. In paper 1 basically have grammatical portion of Sanskrit. Okay, like sandhi is there, karak is there, dhatu roop, shabd roop, all these things are there, and then it is not that difficult, to be very honest. Like initially I thought it is very difficult for me, but it is not that difficult. If you will give time, you will be doing this, no problem as such. Okay, and the paper 2 deals with the like what there will be some of subhasitas, like Sanskrit shlokas. Then you have to write the meaning of that shloka, and then there will most of the questions. Like this second paper is quite easy as compared to paper 1. Like paper 1 deals with the grammatical portion, which is not that much time consuming. If you know the answer of the question, you will be completing that question paper on time. Like you don't need to hurry while writing and all these things. Whereas paper 2 is quite lengthy paper, because in this story writing is there. Then there is like central idea we used to write in our class 12, in our like very short classes, like wherever in 6th, 7th or 8th we used to write central, like this, like summary of the poem or story that you used to write. Like this you have to write in this paper 2. So paper 2 is more of learning, like more of learning than understanding, whereas paper 1 is of understanding the things. Like you should know how to do sandhi विच्छेद कैसे करना है and all these things. कारक कौन सा है, आपको कारक पता करना है, and then उसके बाद फिर इसमें बाकी जो चीज़ें ऐसे करके होनी है, मतलब धातु रूप सप्तु रूप आपको याद आना चाहिए, स्त्रीलिंग पुल्लिंग ऐसे करके आपको पढ़ना है. ठीक है, it is, I'm not saying that it is very easy, but it is not that tough. I was also the one who was weak. I used to understand that I was very weak. I feel like that I was very, very weak in Sanskrit. But by the time, if you give the time, you will be doing good in Sanskrit. And teachers are very cooperative in my college. Like teachers, most of the college teachers are very cooperative, and you can also take help. So if you will like give attention, like 20-30% attention, if you will give from the starting of the year, it will be like a piece of cake for you, trust me. Okay, and don't leave the things for last month, but or for last days. If you will do little bit from the starting itself, like then you will be not having that much big problem in any of the subjects, I'll say that. Okay, so this all the things that I have told you about. There are 5 subjects. Physiology, that is also known as Kriya Sharira, 60-40 का रेशियो है इसमें आयुर्वेद ज़्यादा है एज कम्पेयर टू मॉडर्न पोर्शन, पर पढ़ना मॉडर्न ज़्यादा है बिकॉज मॉडर्न का सिलेबस बहुत ज़्यादा है. ओके, you will come and then you will read it, don't get confused now. Then anatomy में in anatomy subject or in Rachna Sharira we have more modern portion as compared to Ayurveda. In question paper, I'm telling you according to marks, like we have 57 marks out of modern and 43 out of Ayurveda portion. Then Padarth Vigyan, it is a complete Ayurvedic subject. It has also paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, then Samhita, it has only 1 paper. That makes the subject little tough as compared to other subjects, because I will tell you afterwards in this video why the subject you need to be very serious about. Then Sanskrit, it has paper 1 and paper 2. So the next point I'm going to tell you how many papers are there of these 5 subjects. So each and every subject excluding Samhita that I told you are having 2 papers, paper 1, paper 2, paper 1, paper 2, like that. Okay, and all the papers are having 100 marks paper. Okay, so like this. So next thing, that what is the passing criteria, how much marks you need to have to pass the exam. So you need to score like out of 100, like you have to score 50 plus marks, like 50 or 51 plus 51 or 50. Then you are supposed to be a passed student, like आपने pass किया exam. So like this is the passing criteria. Suppose okay, so as I told you, we have 2 papers of each except Samhita. So paper 1, paper 2, paper 1, paper 2, all this happens for the 4 subjects. So what if 100 out of in one paper you score 30 marks, in another paper you score 70? That is right. So including like both the subjects, दोनों subjects को मिला करके आपके अगर 100 मार्क्स हो जाते हैं, 100 out of 200 हो जाते हैं, तो आप पास स्टूडेंट्स होते हो. मतलब उससे ज़्यादा तो वेल एंड गुड, लेकिन पासिंग क्राइटेरिया मैं बता रही हूँ, तो वेल एंड गुड. लाइक अगर उसके नीचे हैं तो यू विल बी फेल इन दैट सब्जेक्ट, तो आपको सप्ली क्लियर करनी पड़ेगी. Okay, this is the pattern followed in all the subjects till the last year of your exams. Okay, one unfortunately that previous years till 2020 we will be not having this thing that I'm going to tell you, that year back system. Previously what happens, if somebody fails in any subject, like any subject 1 2 3 4 subject, any subject, then he or she has to sit for the supply examination. Okay, you know that supply examination आ जाती है, तो supply examination के लिए you have to sit for it and then you have to clear that supply, and you have to wait for second year. You are not in this time, on previous time you are not like that, you have to stop for a certain period of time to attend the classes, to do this, to do that, but it was not happening. But now if you are fail in more than 2 subject, you are going to have year back. Okay, like 6 months you will be back to the year back. So what actually happens, suppose any student who didn't make it to the 2 subjects, like he failed in 2 subjects, so he'll not be able to go for his second professional year. Like in first year somebody fails, he'll be not going to his second professional until and unless he clears his supplies. Then how many subjects have practicals, how many subjects have only viva? So as you know, physiology, that I told you that Kriya Sharira has viva plus practical both. So viva includes like you have to write in a like in, you know, any test that has been asked to you, like albumin test, ketone body test, or RBC test, WBC test, that you will be going, like hematology and all these things that you are going to study in your physiology subject, in this subject, and then according to that you will be having this. Then okay, practical marks is also of 100. Practical question paper is also of 100 marks, okay, which includes spotting as well, and it has viva as well. So physiology is a paper in which you have your viva plus practical both. Anatomy is same thing, viva plus practical both. Padarth, viva plus practical both. Samhita has only viva and Sanskrit has only viva, no practical in these 2 subjects. Okay, so that was all about what are the subjects, what is the passing criteria, what if you fail in any subject, like what if you fail in 1 or 2 subjects, then you can clear with the supplies and you are okay, you can sit in the class. Support till supply it's okay, but if you fail in more than 2 subjects, then there is a year back system, then there is a problem. Okay, then you have to again you know, file, give examination fee, write, and all these things starting from this, so which is a bad process, I feel. Okay. So as I told you, what are the mistakes that you should not do? I'm talking about studies. Okay, I'll say anatomy and physiology are the 2 subjects that you need to be more focused about, because both has great amount of syllabus, I will say. Okay, and you know, when you study something, like when you are having a prof which is of 1.5 year, definitely you are going to have so much of syllabus. So something that you have studied in the initial phase of your year, by the end of it, if you will not going to revise it, you will not be able to write in your exams, right? So you might have forgotten by that time, so you need to be very careful of that. And most important thing that I'll say, in anatomy, please make notes of your and keep on revising it. Okay, keep on revising it. That's the best thing about anatomy. Anatomy is a subject which should not be kept aside कि ओके इट विल बी हैपन इन 2 महीने में मैं कर लूँगा या कर लूँगी, ऐसा नहीं होता, बिकॉज वो आप भूल जाते हो बार बार. उसमें मसल्स हैं, किसका अटैचमेंट कहाँ से है, इंसर्शन कहाँ से है, ओरिजिन कहाँ से है, ठीक है, उसके बाद उसका वर्क क्या है, कौन सी नर्व से वो सप्लाई हो रही है, लाइक ये हो रही है, उसका पूरी ऑस्टियोलॉजी आप पढ़ते हो, उसमें पूरी सारी हड्डियाँ, ठीक है, अपनी ह्यूमरस से लेके फीमर से लेके स्कैपुला, क्लैविकल, सारी रिब्स, देन यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी वर्टिब्रास ऑल्सो, देयर आर सो मेनी. ओके, देन स्कल की बोन्स हो गई, and carpals, metatarpals, like all these things basically. So be careful about anatomy subject. This was the fear of many students in first year. It is actually a tough subject, I'll say. Okay, The one thing that I also like to tell you is Samhita has only one exam. Okay, so sometimes what happens when you have two exams of like two paper 1 and paper 2, so if your one paper didn't went well, suppose you didn't do well in first paper, so you can improve in second paper, so that आप दोनों मिला करके 100 मार्क्स ला सकते हो. लेकिन अगर आपका एक ही पेपर है और एक ही खराब चला गया, फिर तो सप्ली आनी ही आनी है ना. तो इसीलिए Samhita is becomes more tough because it has only one paper. Otherwise, I'm not saying that Samhita is very tough subject. Charak is quite tough subject. I'll say you make a habit of reading Charak book from starting. Like try to read at least once. कि एक चैप्टर को एक बार बैठे ग्रुप डिस्कशन में कर लो या कैसे भी करके रीड करना, मतलब ज़रूर करना उसको. नहीं तो फिर अगर वो, क्योंकि वो चरक संहिता एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है जो कि आपके सेकेंड ईयर में भी है और थर्ड ईयर में भी है. ओके, और हमेशा इसका एक ही पेपर होता है, which makes this subject tough. Otherwise this subject is not that tough. और फर्स्ट ईयर में तो फिर भी कम सिलेबस है, सेकेंड ईयर में तो आप 2 बुक्स पढ़ोगे. उसमें अष्टांग हृदय नहीं, अष्टांग हृदय इज क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग एज कम्पेयर टू चरक संहिता. सो दैट्स अबाउट दिस. Then we are going to then as I told you, be careful about anatomy, and then Samhita because it has this and that, so be careful about these all subjects. So how many exams you are going to write in your first year? So as I told you, it is of 1.5 years, 1.5 years, so 6 plus 6 plus 6 like this. So first 6 months, from first, like suppose from starting 6 months of your professional exams, you will be having 3 PAs and on the 6th 3 PAs. PA stands for periodical assessment, which is of 15 marks. Okay, then you will be having your first internal examination after 6 months, your first professional after 6 months of your first professional BMS, that is of 100 marks. Okay, one exam of each subject will be taken like this, 100 marks. Then again you will be having 6 months, so again 3 PAs and then one internal examination. Then after 6 months you will be after 6 months you will be having again 3 Ps. Then you will be having your model examinations. So what are model examinations? Model examinations are taken same as, like I feel, if I give you example, like when we were used to be in your class 12th or in our 10th, so we used to have our pre-board exams, right? So similarly model examinations are like that, like practice examinations. They are exactly the copy of your university examination. ओके, तो यूनिवर्सिटी एग्जाम से पहले जो एग्जाम्स होते हैं जो कि प्रैक्टिस के लिए लिए जाते हैं, दैट इज़ मॉडल एग्जामिनेशंस. उसमें पेपर 1 पेपर 2 एग्जैक्टली जैसे यूनिवर्सिटी में होता है वैसे होगा. पेपर 1 पेपर 2 पेपर 1 पेपर 2 ऐसे करके एग्जाम्स होगा. वाइवा एंड प्रैक्टिकल ऑल दिस थिंग्स वैसे करके होगा. ऑल दिस थिंग्स विल बी हैपनिंग लाइक दैट. ओके, देन आफ्टर मॉडल एग्जामिनेशन यू विल बी गेटिंग 20 to 30 or 15 to 20 days, that you will mostly more than 20 days you will be getting. Then after that you will be having your university examination, that is final university examination. Then after university examination you will be having your like theory exam. After that you will be having your viva plus practical. Okay. In between your theory exams you will be getting leaves, you will be getting holidays, but whereas in viva and practical, not in every practical you are going to have leave, maybe in 1 or 2. Okay, because of that arrangement that happens, like we have group 1 group 2 group 3 like that. Okay, that all about this. Then last thing I'll say, not last but like what is attendance that you should have, you should maintain, and what is the importance of attendance. So in my college and most of the college, if you are not having attendance appropriate, like more than 75%, in my college we say basically 80%. If you don't have 80% attendance, you're not allowed to sit in university examination. So you're not supposed to sit in university examinations. So if somebody is there who couldn't make it to 70%, 80%, then before in my college, like suppose in the months of after 3 months from today, after 3 months you'll be having a university examination. You will be informed by your class teacher that this particular subject you are having this attendance. Please like cooperate, or like if you have classes, come to regular classes and maintain like that. Otherwise you are supposed to sit in a department and complete the attendance. Only after completing the attendance of 80% you are supposed to sit in your university examination, and this rule is very strict in my college. Like you have to sit and complete, because in my batch there were certain people, due to certain health issues or any other issues, they were sitting in the department and for the attendance till the date of exam. Like on the exam, like as I told you, we have preparation leave. So in that preparation leave, people were going to the department and sitting there and completing their hours of when they were having short attendance. And attendance, 80% attendance is not all total, like each subject should have 80% attendance. Okay, like that. Then what is the case of proxy in my college? There is no case of proxy. Like, you're not going because most of the teacher comes and say like attendance please, so everybody like 1 roll number 2 3 4 5 that. So it's like 0% chance. I'll say if have only 5 to 10%. I don't think so it has any chance. So I'll say one thing that you should be very particular about, very focused about, is the attendance. Okay. Then what about ragging in my college? Like first year students when comes, they will be very scared of ragging and all other things. So in my college in Kerala it's 0%. Ragging is 0%. What do we call our seniors? So मैं जैसे नॉर्थ इंडियन हूँ तो हम दीदी और भैया करके बोलते हैं, ऐसे करके. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि मैम सर करके बात करना है, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि वो आ रहे हैं तो खड़े हो जाना है, that they are coming you have to stand, you have to wish them. It's not like this. It's very sorry, it's very, you know, it's very good in my college. There's no 0% ragging in my college. Then what you call your seniors, as I told you, मैं दीदी भैया. और वहाँ अगर मलयालम, जो हम मैं केरल में रहती हूँ तो वहाँ पे मलयालम लैंग्वेज है तो लोग चेची और चेटा करके मतलब उनको कॉल करते हैं. इट्स लाइक दैट. And then I think it's all about this video. I hope I cover all the things that I wanted to. So be particular about two things. First, keep studying because it's not that easy also. Like people in first year of a college thinks हो जाएगा, but you know, year back system is the most I will say scariest among the all, because इससे पहले ये नहीं था. ईयर बैक का सिस्टम ऐसा हो गया कि बच्चा पढ़ भी नहीं पा रहा है, मतलब करंट ईयर का भी नहीं पढ़ पा रहा है, प्रीवियस ईयर की सप्ली निकालनी है उसके बाद भी उसको ईयर बैक में करना है. मतलब ये अभी ऑल ऑफ अस आर अपसेट विद दिस कि वाई दे आर पुटिंग दिस. ओके, देन आई टोल्ड यू टू मेक नोट्स, बी केयरफुल अबाउट द 2 subjects like पदार्थ विज्ञान and Sanskrit is okay for me. Okay, for me, and I was also weak in Sanskrit, but we were okay, we did it. But anatomy is the subject that we cried. Okay, like cried in the sense we're like, okay, now we forget like where's the muscle attachment, where is this and where this. At the point of examination you will be forgetting all these points, so be careful of that. Then I told you about examination, then I told you about attendance. Most important, second most important thing is attendance. Like first most important thing is attendance, then you have to study and all these things should happen. Then I told you about paper patterns. Okay, I will tell you the examination paper pattern. What is a paper pattern? So we have, as I told you, main examination happens of 100 marks. So out of this, what we have 1 to 20 question, which is a 1 mark question, like MCQ questions. We'll be having MCQ question 1 to 20. Then we'll be having 8 shots out of 5 marks. So that is of 40 marks. Then we have 10. Then we have 10 marks 4 question. So 40 marks long question are there, short questions which are 5 marks, then 20 is MCQ. For clearing MCQ, you need to study each and every line to clear the MCQ. And if you make hit 16 or 15 MCQ, it gives a great jump to your marks. So it will be helpful for you if you'll keep on studying throughout. That was the paper pattern. I hope I covered all the points that I wanted to. I hope I cleared all the queries that you have in your head. Till then, thank you so much. Keep glowing, keep growing. Bye bye.